Had to get some kids some food real quick. Tried to make a video just a second ago, but everyone is going a little crazy. I think they're all good. But anyways, I went to the doctor today to go see a family physician who I had never met before, just because we had just moved here to Boise. And earlier this month, I had done a marathon on July 7th. And the Wednesday following that half marathon, I started having a lot of inflammation in my knee. And something I've never experienced before. I've had some issues with that knee previous throughout the years, just a little bit of issues, but I thought I'd go check it out, you know. Maybe I'd hopefully like hear something from her that would be like mind-blowing, because that's kind of what I was looking for, right? I was looking like, oh my gosh, like hopefully my doctor at this point in time will tell me something like that I don't know, or that the web can't tell me, or something I didn't learn in school for myself. And so went to the family physician, and I got in the room with this lady, and I started explaining to her exactly what was going on with my knee. And maybe to her shock or surprise, I knew a little bit more than she probably expected me to know about the human anatomy and kind of what's going on. And it got me thinking, you know, like as she started to discuss, or I guess give me her opinion on things, all I could think about was, I was like, well, you really don't know what you're talking about, you know? And I don't want to discredit her from any of the education and schooling she's done, but what I'm getting at is like, when is it a good idea? Like, when is it a good idea to start specializing in something, right? So if you have your business, if you have whatever market you're in, whatever niche that you're in, like you've got to specialize in something. You have to be an expert in something. Like trying to be the general care of everything for everybody, I don't see how that really works, because you're not really solving any problems. Oh, a common cough. Is it really? Or are you just prescribing the same prescription, the same antibiotics, same ibuprofen to the same people? But, you know, as we were going through, you know, she didn't have an answer for me at all. She didn't want to send me to a specialist. She didn't want to send me to go get an MRI or anything, or give me any type of referral to any of the surgeons here in Boise. Of course, I don't want to have surgery, but, you know, it's just like, you go through school for so many years, and then you have this point where like you're starting to provide care to people, and you're not even having answers to give to people at that point. And so like I just like thinking about like what I do for a living and the things that I can help people in, and it's about specializing in things. And if you can't specialize in something, you know, I mean, it's going to be a hard market, you know. I mean, just walking into a doctor's office and having them be like, yeah, like you have a cough, like here's some pills, take some Tylenol, do this, blow your nose, grab some tissues, like kind of bullshit is that? And doctors are expensive, and I feel like family physicians are just such a waste of time and money. And it's unfortunate that like I had to spend my morning like going and doing that just to literally get absolutely no information at all. She's like, well, maybe it's meniscus tear. And I was like, okay, like now we're getting more on the lines of like what I'm looking for, right? Because I want some information. I want her to tell me like, your knee is just jacked up. Like, we need to do surgery. We need to do something. Like, not that I wanted any of that, but like I felt like I needed an answer. And I got absolutely nothing from her. She couldn't talk anatomy with me. She didn't just explain anything. Like what I told her the diagnosis could possibly be, she agreed with. And she's like, okay, yeah, that could be it, you know? She didn't even come across that or even think of that on her own. And then she told me that I shouldn't exercise, that I shouldn't go running, and that I should stop doing all the strength training that I'm doing. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, how do people improve their range of motion? How do people improve their strength and stability throughout their entire body as they're starting to recover from an injury or rehab from something? What's up, Ben? And so, you know, that it's so difficult to take in. It's like an ear beating the entire time you're at a family physician. And I feel like I wasted my time, and I'm so pissed off, and I wanted an answer, and I wanted her to say that, hey, your knee's about to blow because of this reason. And I get shit from it. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to continue icing my knee, and then I'm going to go in my garage, I'm going to do some rehab, and I'm going to do some stuff to fix it myself, because somebody who's trying to provide general care, they don't seem to have the answers. It's like being a personal trainer, and you're like, I'm going to help everybody. No, that's a horrible idea. You shouldn't. You should help people in weight loss. You should either help with mobility, you should help with stabilization, you should help with speed and power. You should have your niche, right? When you're in business, you should have your niche. When you're in real estate, you should have your niche. And people need to spend more time figuring out what their niche is, becoming that attractive character, figuring out what market you're in, and niching down. Because to me, this lady the fact that she just had no answers, I was just like, I wanted to tell her, I'm like, man, what are you good at? Like, there has to be something in the medical care that she's good at. And I don't know what it is, but definitely what she told me today, that's not her specialty. That's not where she's at, right? She doesn't know supplements. She doesn't know injuries and running. Like, she's like, I'm too old to run. I'm like, you're 35 years old? And she told me that she was too old to run. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And the idea that people think that, like, as you age, right, like, you're just unable to do all these exercises and you're unable to train in a certain way. And it's like, there's people that train late into their life, like, for a reason. And so you should spend more time working and progressing and niching down your business and finding that exact audience so that you can speak to them and you can provide them the care that they need to. And so if you're in business, if you're, whatever it is that you do, supplements, fitness, marketing, Facebook ads, I don't care what it is, you know, you gotta niche down. And the family physician, like, I swear, like, those people, every time I go there, they seem to not have an answer for anything. And it's just like, I feel like I just waste my time, I waste my money, and so it's super frustrating. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the complete opposite of what she told me to do. So she told me to not exercise, she told me to not do any activity, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so, am I gonna be aggressive? Am I gonna go pound the shit out of my knee? Nope. But I'm gonna be smart, I'm gonna be active, I'm gonna increase blood circulation to that area, and I'm gonna try to do some rehab on it myself and recover it, because that's what it's gonna take for me to recover properly from my knee. So hopefully I can get this knee that's all jacked up, fixed up, because sometimes when I pivot and turn, it feels like my knee's about to just blow. And I have a lot of shifting and movement in my condyles, and she's like, you could have some loose ligaments and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, it's frustrating, but, you know, you guys, whatever you're in, niche down. Let's see what Brian has to say. Most people have lawyers first on their hate list. Doctors are mine. Yeah, you know, doctors, it's super frustrating, you know, and I wish I went directly to a specialist to start with, because it probably would have saved me a ton of time. And so that's what I probably should have done here in Boise, is just gone and see a good knee specialist. But, you know, I don't know any, so that's why I went to my family physician first to see if they could give me a referral. And then she had nobody for me, and I was just like, oh man, what a failure. So, waste a little bit of time today, but you guys, niche down your business. Stick to it. Don't waste your time at a family physician. Go directly to the source and the resource that you need. If you need someone for a specific thing, go and do that one specific thing. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk later.